One of the most popular quarterbacks in college right now is Josh Rosen, and it looks as if he might be the number one overall pick. Now, this guy is obviously famous for his play, but he's also pretty famous for his personality, and I think this affects the reason why he actually might be the top pick in this coming draft. Now, when it comes to Rosen's play, he's a big guy. He has a little bit of athleticism here and there with his legs and all, and he definitely has a damn good arm. Some people say he has the strongest arm in college football right now, and he's also pretty darn accurate. Usually, when you have a lot of strong arm quarterbacks, they usually aren't the most accurate guys in the world, but this guy is pretty darn accurate. And when he's running this horizontal offense, it's probably a West Coast offense that he runs over there in UCLA. He really runs it well. It's a pro style offense. This isn't Johnny Manziel kind of just huck it deep. I want to say that's almost as a ski and shoot kind of offense or run and shoot offense back in the day. Back I think Warren Moon used to run that where Johnny Manziel kind of had that cheesy offense. This guy, Josh Rosen, runs a legit NFL offense. And he might not be coming from a powerhouse, but not every quarterback has to come from a powerhouse sometimes. And even though you got like a lot of powerhouses like Alabama, but sometimes the Alabama quarterbacks aren't the greatest in the world. Sometimes they do produce some great quarterbacks, but sometimes they don't and all of that. So when it comes to quarterback and all of that, Josh Rosen has that down on the field. Now, off the field, when it comes to his personality, he's very outspoken. And I'm really not surprised by it because any guy that enjoys to talk about politics and entertains the idea of talking about politics are usually not afraid of what they're going to say about anything. Very outspoken. And some people like that for quarterbacks, and some people don't. Some people prefer them to have quiet. Either way, it's just a preference. It's not really going to tell you who's better or who's worse. Now, when it comes to a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL, I tend to judge them based on the fact that they just feel as if they're just some prep school kid. They're just some average prep school guy, and through their personality. And I feel like you need to be a little bit more than that just to take it to the next level. You have to have something there. You have to have it to go there. It's when it comes to this personality and all that, when it comes to those typical prep school guys, that's not what you do. You basically, if you look at a Tom Brady, Brady holds himself to a really high standard. He's like, super insecure. If you look at Aaron Rodgers, he's super calm under pressure and all that, and he kind of just lets his play on the field do the talking for him. And then you can look at guys similar to Kurt Warner, who's just recently shined, have tumultuous amounts of character. And you just put that together. You need to be a special kind of personality. And I think Josh Rosen has that. Now, there is some concerns that he's a little bit too calm and too lax on the fact that he lost, almost as if that he might lack passion in the game or might not be a competitor. Well, I've seen plenty of great relaxed quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers, for instance, and obviously some people would even argue him to be the greatest quarterback of all time. Now, I think that last part is fine. I think when it comes to passion about the game, he says there's no doubt in his mind that he loves playing football and all of that. And I feel like he is committed to football. He did gain 20 pounds of weight, and it seems as if it's definitely muscle. It's not fat right there. And this guy, he's definitely committed to football. And when it comes to Josh Rosen, there's three quarterback comparisons that I do. And this is a new thing that I do. I kind of learned it from Colin Cowherd from the show From the Herd. And Colin Cowherd, I don't agree with him on everything, but this is definitely one thing that he learned and that I learned from him, that you compare a quarterback to three different quarterbacks and you give them best case scenario, worst case scenario, and the average scenario, or probably the most likely scenario. So best case scenario would be a Troy Aikman. Now, some people would say that's a Hall of Famer right there. Some people are a little bit controversial, but other than that, I think a lot of people see Troy Aikman because, one, he's accurate, he's got the size, and not only that, he is outspoken, similar to Aikman. And even Aikman in the booth is very outspoken. He tends to judge a lot of teams right now, even the Dallas Cowboys, believe it or not. Next guy is Carson Palmer. Now Palmer is definitely, he has the build similar to Palmer, also has a similar throwing motion to Carson Palmer, and Palmer's not scared to say his his thoughts on things. For instance, he thought that Brady should have served his 4-game suspension, that Brady is guilty. So I think that's definitely something that Palmer is very similar to. And ideally, Palmer was also a first overall pick. And then my last one would be Matt Leinart. And the reason why I picked Matt Leinart is mostly because of the physique and size. And not only that, I think one thing for sure that's very similar from Matt Leinart and Josh Rosen is both the quotes that when they lost the game to a big game, I believe, I forget who the Bruins lost to, but we all know about the 2006 Rose Bowl when Matt Leinart, USC, lost to the Longhorns. Matt Leinart said that he thought that they were the better team that day. Josh Rosen said something similar to that, and obviously Matt Leinart was a great quarterback was in college. Same thing with Rosen and all that. So when I just put that together, I think that one personality trait, very similar to all that, and they also got very similar builds. Now, when it comes to teams that could definitely go after Josh Rosen, I definitely think that the Broncos should make a play for him. I think John Elway is an aggressive GM, and I think Rosen would definitely fit well in that system about how they want to do things and all of that. And I think when you look at Rosen and all that, it's something that outspokenness would really fit well in the Denver Broncos locker room. I don't think the Broncos, they're not scared to say about things. Imagine having a quarterback at the helm to be scared of things. Now, they do got Paxton Lynch and all that, but they would probably trade Lynch away or something in those regards if they want to do that. And they probably have to trade up to get Rosen. Next guy, I would say, would be the Arizona Cardinals. I think the Cardinals should be interested in them. I know Bruce Arians is retiring and all that, but if you look at Arians likes a really honest locker room. I think Josh Rosen is a very honest person. Some would even say he's too honest, but if you just put that in perspective, I think that would fit well if they're transitioning to a maybe a new coaching staff, but I think they're going to kind of keep it to the same transition because I think Arizona enjoyed having Arians around. And I think the Jets should take a look at him because Todd Bowles, obviously from the Arians coaching tree. So if you could put Josh over there, and also New York, it's a big sports market. I think Josh should do just fine over there in New York. And I think another team, a kind of a dark horse team to go after him, Dallas Cowboys. And obviously this is gutsy. This is very, very gutsy. And a guy, Dak Prescott, who didn't look great on Sunday, and he doesn't really look great without Ezekiel Elliott. Maybe they might want to trade away Dak Prescott and maybe try to get a higher pick in the draft. Who knows? Jerry Jones or under his ownership during the time that under his front office, they traded away Herschel Walker. A lot of people thought he was a great player. Same thing with Dak Prescott. And I've been very critical on Dak Prescott. Click in the links down below if you're interested into those videos. But when it comes to it, maybe Jerry Jones wants to get into Josh Rosen. His comparison is, I would say, a Troy Aikman. And to be honest, I think that's something Jerry Jones will definitely keep his eye on and all of that. I know Jerry Jones loves his players, but if he can find an even better player he can fall in love with, oh boy, he is going to try to go after them and whatnot. But those are some of the teams I think that you can go after. Obviously, there's some other teams that could potentially look at him, like maybe Baltimore wants to take a look at him, maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers, you name it. There's probably plenty of teams out there that probably want him. But what do you guys think? Do you think Josh Rosen is the real deal? And do you also think that what team will he go to? Will he be a bust? Will he be great? What do you guys think? And also, guys, 100 subscribers. Yes, we finally did it. We finally did it. My YouTube channel in about 5 or 6 weeks will be turning 5 years old. Yes, it took me 5 years to get 100 subscribers. Now, if you do look at my videos, technically my first video isn't until October of 2013. And I ideally actually started a little bit earlier in 2013. Like I think I decided right before 2013 even happened, somewhere around December 30th or December 31st. But I deleted a bunch of those videos and all that. And if you've been here long enough, I used to do a lot of skits and all that. I still have the skits up there, so you want to take a look at them. I'll put some of the links down below if you're just interested in just looking at some stupid skits and all that. They're funny. They're funny, or we like to think they're funny, and those are some things that we did. And I think a little bit before I started football, I didn't really start football until October of 2015, and I really should have started early. I should have started probably in 2014. I think that would have been a good year because I feel like that was definitely a year where I definitely took my knowledge of football to the next level. I probably should have started that earlier in 2014, but it was really 2015 when I started making a football video. Obviously, I scattered it out. I still made skits here and there and all, and I would do food reviews, believe it or not. And originally, this was going to be a gaming channel, to be honest, because I love video games, or at the time, I loved video games. And by that time, when I was building a YouTube channel, I was a big gamer. Obviously, not so much anymore. I haven't even touched a console in God knows how many years. But it's been a while and all that, and to be honest, it was really hard to me just to find a groove. And if you guys are interested in building up a YouTube channel, all that, and for me, it was definitely finding something consistent I could just build off of. And I tried gaming, and I just had to look to myself in the mirror like, yo, look, gaming just ain't for you. Gaming just ain't for you. There's still something in my heart where I want to do it, but I just couldn't. It just wasn't going to work out. Skits were funny and all, but I would only do them every once in a while. And I thought probably the thing I know best about is football. Maybe I should just take that to YouTube. And it has really benefited me. Ever since I started really reporting football and around like late 2016, I would say in the fall of 2016, I said, you know what, how do I start making consistent YouTube videos just on football alone and all of that. And that's what I did because I did pretty much everything. It was similar to El Prestador's channel. If you don't know who El Prestador is, click the link down below with what his channel is like just to get a general idea what mine was. But I would like just try to wreck Star Wars. I would just make fun of Star Wars a lot. And then I would do like stuff where I would just do the video games. I would talk about how I'm not a big fan of the direction what Halo's going in. You name it. You guys can look on all your own time if you want to see it. But it just wasn't working. And I got a little bit of groove. And the reason why I started football was because when I started doing video games, and I really decided to be like critical on things. I realized when I was critical, I could really get people to comment on them and really get there. And what I realized was maybe I should do that with football because football is what I know best. I mean, if you look back at those video game reviews, it was really my brother doing all the talking. I was just kind of there, just kind of little bit nodding my head around. I'm not gonna lie, but I decided maybe I should just do football and do that and do a consistent basis. And I'll just upload a video maybe once a week, maybe once a month, and all of that. And then by the summer of this year, say, let's try to aim for a video a day. And I'm pretty good at doing that. Sometimes I do slack off for like a certain amount of time, but I have tried hard to do that. And it has progressed. I've doubled my subscribers since the beginning of the summer, or hell, ever since the spring. I remember I made a video when I only had 36 subscribers, like, yo, what do you guys want me to do, and all of that. I was just really desperate, and that wasn't too long ago. Now I got 100 subscribers. I feel like I have a mojo. Yes, I'm talking as if I have like a million subscribers or anything, but it just feels good. And to be honest, I couldn't do it without you guys tuning in and all of that. And especially the people who tune in and I don't know personally, because that makes me feel good that, oh, people actually want to hear my stuff. Because there was a point in time where people that the only people that watched were the people I did know, and to be honest, they probably weren't that big of fans of my original content and all of that. Some of them were, but you guys know who you are. But anyway, I just had to find a groove. I built a consistent basis. I put a lot more work into this, and I definitely practiced, and I just got better over the years, basically. I improved talking and all that. You know, this video I wouldn't say is my best video when it comes to just speaking, all that. But I've gotten better talking. I put a lot of work in the descriptions and all that, and to be honest, that I'm glad that you guys are following me. I really couldn't do without you. Even when I'm doing ad monetization, I'm not that big of a channel. Like, thank you guys for tolerating that. You guys are fantastic. You guys are awesome and all. But to celebrate, I don't got any like alcohol or no fine bottle of wine from 1934. But what I do got is some rolled gold pretzels to celebrate. Yeah, we're gonna celebrate with this. You can pretend that you're eating them. Pretend that you're eating them. Yeah. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah. Well, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.